And I had to laugh when I read this because we've spoken about Google Glass in the past, and it seems like Apple's working on its own version called Apple Glass due next year. Apparently it was going to come this year, but, coronavirus and all stopped, a lot of things from happening. But it's interesting that they're pursuing this route with this particular technology, and that the rumor being that they're trying to address the things that caused Google Glass to have its problems, particularly, freaking people out with the camera on board and the privacy angle, and whether or not it was, just too creepy a product to have out there. Do you think that they're going to have a better shot at it in terms of delivering something that could actually work?
It's a really good question. I'll start by just going somewhere else with this. Wow, 8 years ago, Google Glass. 8 years ago. So they had the technology 8 years ago. And now they definitely have the data coverage and the ability to make whatever product like glass work. So, I mean, I don't know. We're already under surveillance. I mean, COVID apps for tracing. Well, that's a surveillance device, but, cameras, tracking of your phone anyway by Facebook and Google. I still don't think we're ready for it, though, as a society. What do you think?
Yeah, well, my question was why, actually, given that there was already an attempt at it. I will say that in watching the last season of Westworld that was just released, that they were all over the place. They had their characters were wearing glasses that didn't have the cameras on them, but could alternate between looking like normal glasses, and then the lenses would actually show you, snippets of information and just feed it seemingly straight into your eyeball. But whether or not it's going to be something like that, I don't know. But it just seemed to me to be a curious thing to pursue for them. But having said that, Apple does have a tendency to develop things quietly for years and years and years without telling anyone. So, they could have been working on this for the past 8 years too, and have just now suddenly decided that they're going to release it because maybe it's in a shape that they're happy to release.
Yeah, I mean, it raises the question, though, which I think is the issue. It was never a technical issue. And I do think it's marvellous what they could do 8 years ago if they're still thinking of doing it now. But it's always been a privacy issue. And I don't know what your thoughts are on that, how they're going to overcome that, except say that it's different. We're Apple.
Yeah, well, it seems like the primary difference is that they're not including a camera on the actual device itself. So there isn't something that looks like it might be spying on other people, which I think was one of the core issues with Google Glass. In that it's fine, I guess, if you're letting the device spy on yourself, but not when you're in public on other people. And that might be the differentiator. It's just a question of what the use case is then and whether or not it'll take off or not.
Yeah, but I mean, like a watch, it'll be hooked up to your phone, and I'm not sure that they'll have a better use case, but maybe.